everybody, I'm Carlisle.
This is Carlisle.
And we are
Carlisle Times 2.
So now you have double the fun today as we continue our series on teaching you how to defeat the chimps mode and the different maps. So some great comments, and thank you everybody for commenting. One of the comments we got about was, when you use Saudi, you pretty much can annihilate any of the beginner maps and quite a few of the intermediate maps. So what we're going to do today is actually try to do some more beginner maps without any heroes at all. Yeah. So let's start, maybe let's go with Carved. We haven't done that one yet. Let's stick it on there. All right, so I got to get away from Sauda. So probably what I'm going to want to do is have a ninja down. Let's put a ninja maybe right here. Oh, no, it's an alchemist. Sorry, grab a ninja right here because I know I can hit things twice. Let's get started. And what we're going to want to do pretty quickly is get a tack shooter down too. Because again, we need, we need to make sure that we have something that can replace what we're missing here.
Yep.
The good thing, too, at this end is if something seems like he's going to stray and get through, we always have a couple different monkey towers that we can afford to get already. So put a tack down here. Let's go ahead and get our tack to a 220. And then we'll bring our ninja to a 201. There we go. And so for the first 40 rounds, basically what we're going to do, or first 39, once we get to round 40, we're really going to be relying on a ninja alchemist and tack shooter. So now we are at a 120.
Hey, just a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Which ninja do you think is the best on popping Moab class balloons?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably top. I don't know. It's a good question. I know Boomerang is good for it. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Center Path. It's a good question. I have to look that up.
I was thinking of bottom because it has the sticky bombs that stick onto strictly Moab class balloons.
We'll have to test that.
Yeah, now I'm actually kind of curious.
So here we go. And that's a good thing, is for us to compare the different paths and see what they do. So you know what? That's a great series idea, Carlisle. Thank you so much. Let's do that.
It was so
So Seeking Shurikens, we're going to go ahead and get it to a 201. Then we're going to throw down our Alchemist. So 201 Alchemist to make sure we are pretty much covering for everything we're losing with Sauda.
But here's the thing about the middle path. It's not the best. I would say it's better than more of the little mat things that you have because it stacks on 20. Then it's pretty good. Yeah,
I know. With the middle path, when you stack other ninjas with it, it makes it kind of powerful.
But it has to be like at least a 0 on each ninja.
Yeah, and I've used that, kind of as an extra ninja, not as my primary ninja, but as an extra ninja, and placing them on strong. And we'll actually do those as we get to some of our future maps, especially the advanced, intermediate and advanced maps. So now we're going to get our Alchemist down. Da-dun, da-dun. Boop. All right, so Alchemist coming down next. We're going to place it right here with our ninja, nice and tight. We'll get it to a 220. Then we're going to go back and start filling in the blanks.
Ever used a bottom path alchemist for a chimp?
I don't know if I have. I've used top and middle. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's a good question.
Because
so you get so used to using certain paths.
I just don't think it's good for chimps because you can't use an extra money generation, and that's basically what the bottom path is for.
That's true. That's true. So you know what? We're going to test these out. I think this is a great thing for us to do to test out how these different paths operate. It's one thing to read about, it's another to see what happens. So I think that's going to be a really good thing for us to do, and hopefully be able to give you what we discover, and so you can make your own choices when you apply them, but we're going to try it. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our tack up to a 320 to get that hot shots. There we go. Next, we're going to return to our ninja and get it to a 301.
Another question.
Yes.
Have you ever used a tier 5 for a tier 5 tack shooter on a chimps map?
Yes. Oh, no, not on a chimps map, no. Yes, actually I have. Tack shooter, yes, I have. I've actually used the top path.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's one where you kind of have to make that decision early because it's a 48,000, I believe, is how much it cost.
Yeah.
And yes, and it's actually very powerful. So maybe we'll do that on this one. Maybe we'll do, oh gosh, I don't know. Let's test that theory today. I don't know. Since we're not using sound, I don't know. Because if you did, I would probably use my helipilot with it. But that's so expensive, and you won't get it till late game. I always get super nervous, and since I don't have sounded down to pick up some of the riffraff that comes through, I get a little nervous. I don't know. So I will have to try that offline. But what we want everybody to do today is know what they can definitely get through with, and then we'll test those and see what we can do. But yeah, I've absolutely used the top path here. It's really super powerful, especially when you have a Prince of Darkness with it.
Do you ever use the other paths of the...
There we go. There we go.
Of the wizard monkeys. Do you ever use the other paths besides Prince of Darkness?
It's funny you ask that. I don't really. Sometimes I use center path, but not as a 5. But I know you like top path. I know you like top path.
It's good on dealing with, what are the black balloons called?
So hold on. We're at a 320 on our alchemist right now, so we're going to take it up to a 420. What was the first one?
The top path I believe, is pretty good on taking down the black moab class, but I forgot what they were called.
And I think if you have, I forgot which one it is with the hero, the fire hero girl. What is she? Gwendolyn. I think there's one of the wizards actually works really well.
The fire one.
Yeah.
It lost fire tower.
Okay, so now we're at a 420, and we're at round 38, so we're just going to save up money now. So we have 401 ninja, a 420 alchemist, and a 320 on our tack shooter. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take our tack now up to a 4. There we go. Next, we're going to drop down a spike factory. Let's see, maybe place it right in here. We'll take it, let's do a bottom 2, put it on smart, and then take a top path to a 302 for right now.
Here's the weird thing about whenever I get a spike factory.
You like the middle path, top middle, right?
It turns out I don't like the middle one anymore because I realized that it's actually not as good.
So we have our 302 now on our spikes. So now we're going to keep going, Carla. We're going to move up to our monkey village.
But I usually get a perma spike.
There you go.
And then I get middle. I get middle instead of top when I get
Put our first monkey village here. Let's do a 102. We're going to put another monkey village down. Almost there. I'm going to put it just on the other side.
So you're going for a double discount.
I am. So we'll do a 0, 1, 2.
So now you unlocked camera detection.
We did. So we're going to go ahead and put down our wizard right below it. We're not going to really worry too much about it yet. We're just going to amp it up just a little.
Just a question.
We're going to put our helipilot right above. There we go. So we'll take it to a 2, 0, and then we'll build up to a 3 pretty quick. We're going to come back and we're going to do a 0, 2, 3. And now what we're going to do is we are going to come back to our monkey village right here, and we're going to get it to a 0, 2, 2. All right, now it's a waiting game, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to have 2 different things here. We're eventually going to take our wizard up to a 025, our helipilot to a 205. We will also bring our spike factory to a 402. We will bring our this monkey village to a 032. And then we'll probably put down 1 more spike factory just for fun. Probably don't need it. I like to have the spike storm, in my pocket in case I need it. I don't think we're going to really need it. As a matter of fact, you know what? We're not going to use it on this map. We're just going to run with 1. I am pretty confident that we are going to be absolutely fine. So we're going to keep it really simple. Everything that we're going to use is already on the map. So now it's a waiting game. Have a lot of fun with this. Do-do-doom, doom, doom. Another one bites the dust. All right. So it always looks scary. You remember when we first started playing how we throw so many different monkeys? Monkey towers. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you were smarter in the game than I was at start. For some reason, you didn't believe in stacking them. Me, I was a little slow to figure it out. And I used to get really super frustrated because I couldn't understand. I've got 100 monkey village and monkey towers on the map, and it's not stopping these chimps. I don't understand. And
the only way I would put down 1 billion monkey towers is if I'm farming.
Oh yeah, so not in chimps. And he is a farming machine between his boats and snipers.
And banana farms.
Yeah, and banana farms. It's funny whenever we get on a map and we play co-ops.
Just get a banana central.
Usually I'm responsible for defense. Making sure knock out everything coming through. He starts farming money, and
then I'm the one that gets the defense.
And then we rely on him because and it's funny because he always puts his hero right up at the front, so I'm never getting any pops. So it's even harder.
Excuse me, you're the one that always puts Sada. I use
This is true.
I use that guy for camo detection on everything.
That's true. You do.
And I barely put down any towers till I started doing a lot of farming, so I think it's fair.
Although the other day when we were playing on, I think it was Lotus Island map, yeah. I had like 50 boats down.
I know.
I think it was the first time I was ever able to generate more money than you in the beginning.
Well, actually, eventually, he started to give me money, not realizing that when he gave me that much money, how much money I was making with the Banana Central.
Right. So again, the great thing about Carved is there are multiple points where anything that gets through has to go back through the crew. So they get multiple chances to get destroyed. So that's why I'm not worried about having a spike storm at the end. If we didn't have as many crossover paths, I definitely want to make sure I have a spike storm down or to be able to fire off in case anything sneaks through. And again, it's funny when you talk about monkey towers, you can even use the right monkey towers, but if you don't have them in the right place, you can actually not do as well. So placement of your monkey towers is almost as important as what path to choose.
Yep. It's very important because certain things are better in certain areas.
And alchemist, for instance, is great for buffing other ones, especially when you have your 5 towers. So if I were overly concerned in this map and there weren't a lot of crossover points, I'd probably stick an alchemist just right above the helipilot, out of range of everything else, so the helipilot would get its buff benefit. And I'd probably, again, just throw down the other spike factory, but that would be it. But again, this is a beginner map, so it's not quite as daunting or hard. I mean, it's hard if you don't really have the good strategy. And I remember just struggling. And finally, when I got it, it took a while too.
Because long.
You watch a lot of videos, and a lot of people have so many different theories, and some of them are placement's got to be so exact or else it doesn't work. And I mean, if it's off by a half of a millimeter, it doesn't work. So I thought, I need to find something for everybody that, is easy to follow, doesn't require, having a microscope to place something down or a magnifying glass, where you can still have fun. And so that's the whole reason we started this series, is to help everybody, in a way that you can understand it. We're using, especially with beginner maps, we use pretty much the same monkey towers because they're effective on single point entry maps. And look at those just going away. Oh my gosh, it's so funny just watching those. It's so colorful. It's a rainbow of colors. All right, so here we go. So we're getting pretty close to 34 and change to get our Comanche Commander, which is an absolute beast. And I know there's some people that aren't big on the Comanche, they like the Apache. But you know what? I like the Comanche. It's cheaper, does a great job, gets the job done. It has Moab push too, or Moab shove, which I really like. It's pretty helpful on single entry point maps. There we go. So now we have our Comanche. Oh, I didn't have it all the way up, did I? Oh my gosh.
What?
I was behind.
What?
Wow, we've been doing this map.
Oh, what?
We've been doing the map without having it all the way up. That's even better. Oh my gosh. The stopping power, I didn't even realize we didn't have it in defense. Oh, see, I usually don't have anybody to talk to when we're doing this one, so Carlisle's usually doing other things and, working on his own stuff. So I didn't even realize that. That's hilarious.
Well, that just proves how strong it is.
I know.
Yes.
See, there you go. More points for the Comanche. That wasn't even Comanche defense. That was only a 203. And you can see it's an absolute beast. So, now we're almost at Comanche Commander. This whole time I thought, oh, we're already there. So, that's hilarious, actually. I did not. So, you see the stopping power of this thing. It is an absolute monster. All right, we're coming up. We got about 4,000 left. Wow, I didn't even realize that. I do know that our wizard, though, does not have, it is only a 3 right now.
Yeah.
So, we're going to have to,
it's going to
be about, it'll be 31,000 to get it there. To get to the final. So here we are. We're finishing at 76. We should be getting there pretty quick. We're on 77. I'm laughing. That's so funny. All right. Here we go. Comanche Commander. We are calling on you. Where are you, Comanche Commander? There you are. Okay, so now we have our helipilot in 77 at a 205. We're going to switch back to our wizard, the mighty wizard, and we are going to take it to a 024, and now we're going to save up. Well, you know what, actually, do we have here? We have here. Okay, we're good there. So again, the only other things we're going to do, we're going to take it up to a Prince of Darkness, which is 025. We will take this Monkey Village to a 032. We will take this Spike Factory to a 402, and then we're going to put that. Actually, we're not going to put down the other Spike Factory. I think that's what we said we're not going to do. We're going to only use what we have on the map. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 towers total, which 2 of those are monkey villages. And we're around 79. So around 80 is when things start getting real. And then, of course, 90, 95, and 98 are probably the most daunting, I would say, after this, or the toughest ones. I mean, each one of them has, a lot coming through. But as far as toughness, I would say, 80, 85, 90, 95, 98, and then, of course, your final round. But, by the time you hit final round, if you have everything in place, your offense and defense, and especially where it crosses over a couple times, you're not going to have any problems. All right, so we're about 21,000 off of completing our wizard up to the Prince of Darkness, a 025.
Can't believe we forgot to actually.
I cannot either. And I am so good about doing that. So again, it shows you that you have all the time in the world. And on this particular map, it doesn't work on every map.
Does it not?
No, not for sure. I mean, other maps I would have been punished. It would have been over. But on this particular map, it was okay. So we're definitely okay here. Look at that, the stopping power.
I know.
It's a beast.
I think you can afford your Prince of Darkness right now.
Almost 28. We need 28.5.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're at 28.6.
Oh, I thought he discounted it.
Here we go. And okay, so we're at 84. Now we have Prince of Darkness, a 025. We only have a couple more things to do. We're going to get our Monkey Intelligence Bureau, which we need, fortunately we have the discount, so 68 for this, 6,800, and 032 coming right up. Should be right now, 032. Last thing, Spike Factory, and then we're just going to ride it out. So I think it'll be roughly 90-ish, 91 when we'll get the Spike Factory up to Spiked Mines. And again, from this point on, we have no abilities to use, and we're going to have about 8-9 rounds where we're not going to do anything. So I'll go ahead and take this off because we know we need 10-2. So we're about halfway there. And again, the more you can have in place by 90, at least have your 2 5 towers. If you're going to use 5 towers, you want to have those in place before round 90. And you want something that's going to give you the camo detection, those things in your range. You definitely want to make sure you have those things in place by 90, because again, 90 will get very hard for you, and you may get through it, but I will tell you, if you don't have the right setup around 97, 98, you're going to be very disappointed. Your heart's going to be broken, and you've done all this work and spent 20 minutes on a map, and then you're going to go down. And I remember plenty of those days. So again, it's so important to get these things down. We're at 91 now. Let's go ahead and take our Spike Factory up. It's the last thing we have, and let's ride the wave. Just watch that money generate.
Yup.
And as you know, in some of the earlier maps that we did, I always like to throw extra things on just for fun because that money's sitting there. I'm going, my gosh, got all this to use. Why can't I put something down just for fun? But I want to show you that you really don't have to have that. I mean, again, I talked about in my other maps that, I do it because, it's there, it's fun. You get to see what some of them can do. And, it's just kind of fun to use them. Especially if you haven't been able to get them all the way up on your upgrades, it's a good place to do it too. You can just kind of throw them down and put them up the front of the map so they can get some pops and hopefully get you those different upgrades that you're trying to get on each of your monkeys. So round 94, we're just watching things go through. You don't really see much. As great as the Prince of Darkness is, sometimes it's obnoxious because you can't see anything that's happening.
Even when you activate small balloons,
it's funny.
It's still the biggest thing.
But you know what? I'm okay with that because it's doing its job.
If you use small balloons, where it makes every balloon like the size of a normal monkey, like really smaller than that, those things don't shrink, so they look huge.
I know. And so this is 95. This is one of those daunting ones. It looks really scary. I used to be just terrified of this round, actually. And, that used to just terrify the heck out of me. 98 was the next one. But, again, these next couple rounds just have a barrage coming through. That's the biggest thing. It just looks scary because, it's like a non-ending stream. Oh, my gosh. Look at these. Okay, well, there's the end of the train right there.
I've actually never seen the end of it.
Yeah, I know. It's like one of those trains when you're sitting at a train track and you're in your car and you're waiting for it and you can never see the end of it. Yeah, that's what these next few rounds are like. But they're easier Moabs and balloons to pop. Just a lot of them. So 97. And we're starting with the big boys. Dun 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 dun. And they are just shredded coming through. That monkey team said, "You shall not pass." It's like Gandalf. Gandalf, he's throwing down that staff. You shall not pass. And of course, then he got grabbed and sucked.
That worked well.
Yeah. Got everybody out of there, but he got sucked down. Of course, he comes back, Gandalf the White. But, for those that are Lord of the Rings, and I have to imagine if you're watching this, you probably have watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy or read it or both. So 98, this is the one I was talking about. It's kind of a crazy one. 99, it looks scary, but it's actually pretty easy and pretty fast. Look, we have about 40,000 already.
If I were to spend this money, the 41 that we have, the 41 grand right here, how much does Call of Arms cost again?
Oh, I don't know.
I forgot. I forgot.
Okay, so round 100. Here we go. Now, again, the biggest damage dealer in this one will be the Comanches. So they are going to do the most. When it goes to that first round, but the Comanches are going to be just watch it rip apart. It's pretty much out of range of everything else, and it's just destroying it. So right now, it is all Comanche Commander. Let's see when it breaks apart. Is it going to, in that nice little smile right there? Oh, dun, dun, dun. Here, there it goes. So you know why that jack-o'-lantern is smiling. It is because, ladies and gentlemen, we have another successful defeating of the Chimps map. So tell us what you think. Again, comments. We loved your comments lately, and thanks for making those comments. And I'm glad because we respond to every single comment. We love you guys giving us those. We appreciate the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe because it helps our channel, helps with the algorithm, and hit that notification bell. But until next time,
we will see you and peace.
Peace out.